Alright, everybody, welcome to a tutorial on server lists. So, what do I mean by server lists in Roblox? I'm not talking about the game preview page server lists, I'm talking about actual server lists, and that would be one from, like, Apoc, Apocalypse Rising is the full name of it. You can go check out Apoc. I'll have the link in the description for Apoc. But this is a tutorial on how to get something like that. There is currently a bug that I still have yet to get fixed. But let me explain what the bug is. So the bug itself, what happens is if say I have an existing lobby server open. So if you see survival games right here where my mouse is hovering, say I was in one of those games, okay? There's going to be the server list there. Now, if a server closed, so like in survival servers, that's the actual servers, say one of those games closed, then it'll remove it from the data stores. However, the change does not show up. Like, how do I explain this? So the server will still appear, but like you'll click on play and you won't be put in. And the only way it gets fixed is if you join a different server, most likely not going to work, or it's a brand new server. I'll try and figure out a fix for it, and when I do, I'll maybe upload a new video with that fix. I apologize for how long it's been. It's just I take my time, and I got caught up with a bunch of group stuff on Roblox. I'm not really sure if I can go into it. Leaking info stuff and whatnot. You know how groups can be. Um, but anyways, let's go ahead and get right into this. You are first going to want to be at the develop page, and from here, what you need to know is how Lua works, or at least the basic understanding of how it works. And you should have a Roblox account and Roblox Studio downloaded. I'm assuming that's why you're watching this video. Uh, if you once you click on develop, you'll be brought to this page. What you will want to do is create new place, and you can name this place whatever you want. But I'm just gonna name this server list tutorials. Tutorial, not tutorials. And I'm just gonna create the place. And now make sure you can activate the place. Once you activate it, you can click on create new place again, and we're gonna name this one whatever you want again. I'm just gonna name it server list servers tutorial. And you can always change the game name itself, like when in this tab here. I'm just gonna go in and change to start place. So once you're back at this area here, don't activate this. You should have serverless servers tutorial or whatever you named it inactive, and you should have the serverless tutorial or whatever you named the lobby active. From here, you will want to click on games, and then you're gonna find whatever you named the serverless tutorial servers. For me, I named it serverless servers tutorial, so I'll go to that and I'll click on the starter, not the starter, the configuration gear icon, and I'll click on configure game. From here, you'll want to go to places, and from its startup place, you're going to remove and click on continue. Alright, now for this start place, you're gonna go through, and it should look like it should be completely blank. So it says you need to set a startup place. You'll click on set, and you'll look for the serverless tutorial place or whatever you named the lobby, and you'll click that. From there, you can click on back, and now you notice that if you go into the develop tab, that it's still inactive. Don't panic. It doesn't need to. You don't need to click on active. You will get an error message if you do. However, if you click on serverless servers tutorial, you realize now that there's a play button. Before, when it didn't have a start place, it wouldn't have the play button, and it would say that the place is inactive. Or if, it had a start place. Alright, so from here, what we're going to want to do is open up the lobby place. So we're gonna go ahead, Roblox Studio will open up. And as I said, you should know at least some basic knowledge of Lua. And and this is modified Lua. This is not exact Lua. It's modified for Roblox with the way it's set up. But it's similar. It's pretty much the same as the two go. So from here, what we're going to want to do is click on Server Script Service, right click, and then we're going to click on Insert Object, and then Script. Now you can name this script whatever you want. You can even just leave it at the name script, but I recommend you changing the name. So I'm gonna name this lobby, not lobby. We're gonna name it server list, just for convenience. Alright, so once you have server list, what you will want to do, and this is going to take a while, but you'll have the server list script, and you'll want to right click on server script service, and you'll go ahead and insert. Actually, we can't do that. You know why? Because the thing I need isn't going to work. Alright, so instead, what we'll do is we'll click on replicated storage, and we'll click on insert, and from there we will go with string value. The reason we're using string values is we're going to be inputting a bunch of random numbers and stuff to this, and what you'll want to do is name this value after you drag it into server script service. You'll name it server, capital S, and then ID. No space. You'll want a capital I. And then from there, you can clone it by doing Control D if you're on Windows, or you'll do Command D if you're on Mac. Alright, so from here, you'll drag that new server ID you got into the old server ID. It's confusing, I know. But from there, what you will want to do is name the piece you just dragged in players. And this gets us basically set up for what we need. This is all we need for this wise. Now, you have two options here when it comes to storing that. We're just going to create a model inside of replicated storage. The way you can do that is right click on replicated storage, and we'll click on insert object, and we will look for, oh, it's not there. Alright, so instead of doing that, you'll just, I don't know, group the base plate that you have in workspace, and then drag the base plate out. That's how I'll do it, but if you know a different way, you can do that. And then you can take that group model without the base plate in it and put it in replicated storage. And what we will want to rename that is servers. From here, that is all you need for that, and then we can continue on editing the script. So first things first, what we will need to do is define a few stuff. So I don't believe you need to type in local, but it would be a good idea. So if scripts are trying to, for some reason, access this script, which they shouldn't be in the first place because this is a module script. A module script is completely different. It's hard to explain what it is. If you take the time to research the Roblox wiki, you can get a better understanding of what a module script is. Now, what you'll want to type in is local space data store space equals space game colon get service parenthesis quote data store service and then another quote or comma. I don't even remember what they're called anymore, and then a parenthesis. From there, you'll want to do another colon, and you'll get a drop-down menu. If you don't, there's some settings that can enable drop-down menus. It's because drop-down menu selections like this can be disabled, from what I know. And what you can do is go through this till you see get data store, or you can just type in get data store, like I have it there. You'll do another parenthesis and a comma. Oh, this is a comma. So what's that? I don't even remember stuff anymore. I get the two confused, but I believe it's a parenthesis. If not, then you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm probably gonna get like a bunch of people commenting on this video. No, it's this, it's this, it's this, and it's this. And you'll type in server list for the data store name. Of course, you don't have to do this for the data store name, but you need some sort of data store name that you'll be able to remember. From here, we can step down a line and create a variable called key. We can do that by typing in the word key space equals space parenthesis. I don't know if that's parenthesis or what. That's I guess the quote signs. Yeah, it's gotta be parentheses. So I don't know what the little like half circle brackets are called. I'll have to rememorize it. The key you can call whatever you want. Remember that it should just be a key that should be unique to the server. So I'll just name this server master master 01. And then why we are doing 01 is because if for some reason at all during this process, like say in the future this is working fine, but all of a sudden servers are just staying up and they're not going away whatsoever, this you can change this and get a complete new data store set. That's the purpose of that. And either way, even if there was a system to hide it from the server list after, because the server itself, when it closes, it removes the game from the data stores. All right, so you'll go down a line, like I was saying, from the data stores. You'd still probably run into the problem. I can't really explain what it is. It's happened to me a few times, and I got very confused with it. This was just old stuff I had left around. Maybe a couple of months, and I just couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. I dropped it and came back later and somehow dedicated myself and got it up and running. Alright, so what we'll do now is you'll drop down a line, you'll type in local space new data, and then you'll drop down another line, so you should have a total of 5 lines with the 5th one being blank and the 4th one being blank. And the 5th one, we'll type in local connection equals data store on update server. Instead of doing server, we'll just type in key because it's a lot easier. We'll type and then we'll have a comma, function, and then parentheses, semicolon. I don't even know anymore. We're gonna just call it roundy brackets for now. Um, and then inside the roundy brackets, you'll have value, and then you'll hit enter, and it should automatically put an end with another one of those roundy bracket thingies. If it doesn't, just add that in, and then you'll want to type in the 6th area. You'll type this in: local my data equals data store, and it is important to get your spelling correct. Get async, and then key. So what we're doing is we're just grabbing a fresh thing. I don't even know. I don't even think I used it. Server already exists equals. Okay, so what we'll do is server. You'll drop down to line 7, so you have a blank line. Server already exists equals false. So this is to prevent any replications from happening if for some reason it does exist. Stuff like that can happen, and it's just a small little, I guess, debug to prevent that from happening. So you'll drop down to line 8, you'll skip line 8, so you'll be on line 9. From there, you'll do for I comma v in pairs game.replicated storage dot folder get children do. Alright, so it looks like we do need a folder, which I forgot about. Kind of my bad. So what we'll do is we'll right click replicated storage, insert objects, folder. And I also have a value in there, so to be on the safe side, we'll add in a string value into the replicated storage as well, so we have it looking like that. Alright, so inside these, we'll type in the following. For z comma x in pairs my data do. You can press enter. It should now look like this. From there, you can type in if v dot server id equals x. Then press enter again, and you'll get it looking like this. Server already exists equals true. And what this is just saying, alright, hey, the server already exists. We know that now. This is just gonna stay here until who knows when. Also, I forgot to put this as local. You don't have to, because it's gonna reset back to false anyways on an update. It's just Roblox says, hey, you should just use local. It's just how Roblox prefers it. I don't know why. Okay, so I did something wrong. I didn't spell that right. Which is my bad because I'm trying to do 2 things at once. Alright, so from there, you're going to get out of this mess, so you have, I don't know how many lines of code done. And you can now do the following. If server already exists equals true, then hit enter. And then from there, you will type in for I comma v in pairs, round bracket parenthesis thing, game that replicated storage that servers colon get children, and then you'll add another one of these, space do, and then press enter. From there, you will do for, oops, not for, if v equals value, then v dot players dot value equals value dot players dot parenthesis thingy, I guess. I don't know. Forward slash backslash parenthesis dot parenthesis and then parenthesis. So what you'll put in here is your max server size. By default on Roblox, the server size is 10, so I'm going to put that as 10. Of course, you can change that to whatever the max server size is per server, just to give users an idea if the server is full or not. And if it is, they'll click play, and it should queue them to the server if it is full. Alright, so that's just to update it. We can minimize that. And then from here at line 23, we will press enter. So we have a new line 23 that's blank. What did I do wrong here? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. Alright. So, that's fine. We'll type in else, and then hit enter. From there, we can hit enter again, so we have another space. You don't have to, but I am. For I, v, in pairs, value, do. Local temp equals script dot parent dot server id clone. Local template equals temp. So what we're doing here is we're just saying, alright, the template is temp cloned, is just the server ID stuff cloned. And the reason for that is if we were to just do clone and then paste, we couldn't configure it the way we wanted to, and we'd potentially end up configuring these, which we don't want to. We want to configure these in this, or is it in this? I don't even know. I don't remember how this works. It's been a while, a few weeks since I've modified with this. Alright, so from here, after you have this, you will type in template.value equals value hard bracket I hard bracket dot server ID. And what that's just saying is, hey, this is my server ID. This is what, whatever. This is just the server ID you use in order to join that specific server. I'm just trying to make sure because I'm not actually running a second monitor here to view my original code. So I'm just trying to make sure that this does not overheat. Because I've had laptops in the past that have done this to me, where it gets hot and it will shut off because it got too hot, which is a pain in the butt, especially if you're trying to make a video. I mean, I don't want it to shut down on me. Alright, I think that's enough airflow. Alright, so from here what you'll type in is template.players dot value equals value hard bracket I hard bracket dot players dot for these dot. Alright, so you may have just realized that was previously in the value stuff or whatnot, but that was for updating it. You have to put the same thing here. I'm gonna put 10. You just put how many you set for the max size. And let me just scroll down here a bit. And then below that, you want to type in this template dot parent equals script dot parent dot come on dot parent dot replicated storage dot servers. Alright, from there you can minimize this and create a new line so you have a 32 that's blank. And actually, that is it for this script right here. So let's go back over this. This was, see here, 34 lines of code with little to no spaces. Which, if you think about this, this isn't a lot of code. Now, take a note of this. Write this down somewhere. I'm just gonna copy this using Command C. Alright. So, now, this doesn't have to be the best. You don't... This is kind of needed in order to, get going here. So... Oh, man. I wish I could just copy this over. I really wish I do. Because this is gonna take a bit to do. But then again, this is supposed to be a tutorial video, and tutorial videos are long. What are you gonna do about it? Alright, so you'll go into insert object, and then from here you will want to insert a screen. I did not say that right. Screen GUI. That should be, oh gosh. See, this is the stuff where it sits right in front of me, and I'm blind as a bat to find it, and I don't know why. Like, I can clearly see everything that's in here, but I don't know. Let's see here. There's scrolling frame. This is the stuff that annoys me, especially when it cuts off screen. Here's frame. So where's my GUI? Alright, insert object again. Okay. I'm just trying to get it. Insert object. Screen GUI. Alright, so once you get your screen GUI, we're gonna go ahead and insert another object, and you're gonna insert a scrolling frame. Now you may be wondering, why in the world do I need a scrolling frame? Why can't I just use any normal frame? This is a server list. If you have a bunch of servers running at one time, you will definitely want this frame. Trust me. And I'm just gonna grab the diameters for what I have. These aren't the best. So I'm just gonna quickly plug these in. You can configure this how you want. I'm just putting this the way I have it. And then I'm configuring the size of 600 by 300. So, yeah, it's not centered. I know. It could be better. 600 by 300, not much, but it works. Alright, so inside that scrolling frame, we're going to insert a object called a local script. And we'll just go back to the server list tutorial for now. And we'll insert another object. And we'll call this object a text label with info. So we're going to name this text label info. And that name is important. No caps, just info for the text label. And not the text itself, just info. And the purpose of this is to show what is this kind of a bout. That wasn't supposed to happen. So this would be, we're gonna name the text server ID and make sure the background transparency is set to 1. From here, we're gonna go into this, set background transparency to 1, and we're gonna put in players, and I guess we can put this as text label. Where is it? Text label. Okay. So this, according to my info, is in the position of 200, which is quite strange, but I'm not gonna argue. Alright, so that's that. And now what we can do is create a basic set. So we'll minimize the scrolling frame for now, and we'll insert an object, and we'll insert a text label. Okay. I'm just going off of memory here. You will want to set the transparency to 1, scroll down, and we will go with text scaled. The reason for text scaled should be self-explanatory. If not, I don't know what to tell you then. It's just for easier viewing. Okay, so the position of this is 50. So like position 50. 50 down. Can leave that alone. And we'll name this basic set. And we will clone basic set. And we'll name the new basic set clone players. Make sure that's inside basic set. And we can set the position of that to be right on top. And we'll go 200 over, just to make it simple. Of course, you can customize this how you want. It doesn't have to exactly be like this. This is how I'm doing it. This is how I prefer to do it. You can always do something different. Keep that in mind. Just as long as you know what you're doing. Okay, so now this is where a lot of users get confused between a text label and a text box. A text box can be written into, and then we can grab the input from that, and a text label can that the user can't type into it. But we don't want any of those. We want a text button. So make sure you grab a text button, and we'll name that text button join with a capital J. Inside that text button, we are going to insert a string value, and we're gonna name that value server. Now, the purpose of this is so we can connect to the server, because we're gonna shorten up the link for easier viewing purposes, because you don't want a huge jumbly server ID going across the whole screen. You want like anywhere between a 4 to 7 digit server ID going across the screen. You'll see what I mean in a bit. But inside the join script, you'll want to create an object, and we'll call this object, we'll get a local script. I mean, my bad. And make sure you can position the join button how you want. I'm just gonna grab the position as I have here, which is 400. I should have known that. Okay, so we have 400. Now what we'll do is you can change the color if you want. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the background. I wasn't paying attention. I even want either. Background color. There we go. get that. We'll scale this, and we'll name the text join. And then from here, that's basically it for this. We can make sure this is invisible so people don't see this template when they spawn in. And we can go and click on the local script. Alright, this is a extremely simple local script. This is just to teleport to the server. So we'll do local teleport service. Oh, I'm not even looking at my keyboard. Sorry. Local teleport service equals game get service. I don't even know anymore what to call those. Teleport service. If someone has a name for this and for this, let me know, because I'm honestly just raging. Alright, so now we'll do script.parent.mouse button 1 down connects function, and we'll have it like that. Server info equals script dot parent dot server. From there, we don't have to add a print in. You can do it though. You can do print server info dot value. You don't have to. It's optional. So we'll just comment it out for now. And we'll do teleport service teleport to place instance. Oh wow, that was bad. Teleport service teleport to place instance. And we'll just go back up here and grab this. And then we'll add in a comma and server info dot value. Alright, so we have a blank value here. What we want to do is go back, and where the server list servers tutorial is, we'll right click and click on open link in new tab. From there, we will copy the place ID, which in my case it's 613-40939. It's going to be different depending on your place. We're going to take that and put it in like that. Now this is all set up. Take a moment to look at this. This is your place ID for this huge list of servers. Make sure this is correct, and we'll continue on with the scrolling frame. Alright, so we'll close out of that local script, and you don't have to rename it. I'm just going to rename it to join the local script. Alright, so here is that local script we created earlier, which we got to get to now. We're gonna name this local script update, and yeah, that was a Windows 7, not Windows 7, because that totally sounded like Windows 7. That was a Windows 8 .1 PC making a noise with the Windows 7 start menu somehow. I don't know why it has it. Looks very nice on Windows 8.1 though. I'm kidding, it's using classic shell. But the classic shell Windows 7 thing menu start thing looks extremely nice, to be honest. I'm getting off track here. Alright. This is a bit difficult, but don't panic. Just follow along and pause as needed. What we'll do is type in while true to, there we go, local prev equals 1. From there, we will type in for I, v in pairs space game dot replicated storage dot servers get children do. Inside that, we will put in for I comma v in pairs script dot parents get children do. Now you may be thinking, oh wait, what conflicts here? Okay, so these will as long as they're in here, will override those, but these won't override when they're out here. It's confusing. If, if you don't know what I mean, take some look into Lua, get some better knowledge on it. Alright, so from there, oh man, this is a mess. Sorry. Anyways, we'll type in if v.name equals script dot parent dot name, then hit enter, else prev equals v dot position. So what we're doing is we're saying if it's not equal to the script's name, which in this case is update, then we update the prev. We'd say the prev equals v dot position. It's confusing at first, but once you get a concept of it, it really isn't that confusing. Alright, so that ends out. Let me check here, right? And then, ooh, why am I? I'm sorry, I just got an itch on my arm. Alright, so if I close this and close that, alright, so we'll close this here, and that's, we'll close that. And then inside of this, so right here, we'll open it back up. We'll have a space here. We'll do low v equals v. And then we'll drop a few lines, local cap 1 equals script dot parent dot basic set clone. Local cap 2 equals script dot parent equals cap 1. My bad. Okay, now that's done. We can do cap2 dot parent equals script dot parent cap2 dot visible equals true, cap2 dot text equals string dot sub v dot value comma 1 comma 6, and I added another one there. It should be a 6. And we will do cap2 dot players dot text equals v dot players dot value. From there we will do cap2 dot visible is equal to true, cap2 dot join dot server dot value equals v dot value. From there we will type in cap2 dot position equals udim2 dot new, and then follow along carefully. 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 50 space times prev. Alright, that's that. So we can close out of that. and drop one and break. So this gets all the stuff that's already in the server thingy when you first spawn in. Simple, you break the script after you get that done. It doesn't break the whole script, it gets you out of the loop, is what it does. It's kind of like a coroutine, I guess, but different. I really don't do much with coroutines, so I can't explain how they really work. Alright, so now down here we will do game that replicated storage that servers that child added connect function. I am just all over the place with this today. And then here we will do print. We don't have to add this print in, so I'll just comment that out. That was originally for checking to make sure the script worked. In pairs, script dot parent get children do. Alright. And from there we will do for x comma z in pairs game dot replicated storage dot servers get children do. And the reason why we're using x and z this time is because we are actually using the x and z values and I and v values. So we need both values. That's why we're doing that. And then from in here, we'll do if v.name equals update, then else if z.value equals v.text, then we do nothing. However, if not, we'll do else new text. Okay. Alright, I just have to add notes in. You don't have to. We'll do new text cat equals 1 for I comma v in pairs script dot parent get children do. If v.name equals script dot name then else. Because if it does, we do nothing. If it doesn't, then we move on. Cat equals I plus 1. End. Alright. Ah, that's why it was giving me that nice little happy face. Alright. Alright, so we'll drop two ends and press enter. And then we'll type in top v equals v top. Ah, I hate when it does that. Top z equals. Come on. Top v equals v. Top z equals z. And then should end 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop down. Local cap 1 equals script dot parent dot basic set clone Yeah, same process as above, but it has to be done local cap 2 equals cap 1, and we do cap 2 dot parent equals script dot parent, cap 2 dot visible equals true, cap 2 dot text equals string dot sub top z dot value comma 1 comma 6. And the purpose for that is just to get the string, the first 6 digits. That's what I was explaining earlier, that I don't even know. I go random with this. I can't explain code that well to other users. Alright. Cap that join that server that value equals tops dot value, or top z dot value. I don't know why I said tops. Cap 2 dot players dot text equals top z dot players dot value. Cap 2 dot visible equals true. Cap 2 dot position equals udim2 dot new. And we'll do this again. We do like 0 3 times and whatnot. And we'll times that instead of by prev by cat. And that is it for this script. Take a look at it. I will expand this and expand this. In total, this should be around 64 lines of code. 60, 64, depending how many spaces you have. Alright. And here's this one more time. And then file, publish to Roblox. Alright, so that's it for the server list tutorial place, basically. I did forget the join button, which would be very important, else you couldn't get into the servers itself. So we're just gonna quickly create a button. Doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, I'm just gonna duplicate the join button and put it out here and make the join button visible. It is visible. Okay, there's a bug every once in a while. I'm just gonna name this the text in it. Wait, server join. Yeah, you probably want to name it something completely different. I'm gonna name it play now for like in the text itself, and then inside that you will just get the you already have the teleport service, so you'll just basically clear everything out like so. So you just have teleport service colon, and then you'll do teleport, that bracket thingy, and then the place ID, comma game dot players dot local player. We'll go get our place ID again for the bunch of development areas and whatnot, and we will paste that into here, and that's that. So that's all set. you could click that play now button, it'd put you in a server, but now we gotta create the function for it showing the servers. Wow, that took an hour to do because of all my talking and stopping every now and then. Alright, so you'll click on Publish to Roblox, and we'll go into the serverless tutorial place. And now you're in a blank place. You want to go up to Server, Script Service. I know. Insert Object, Script, and we're gonna name this Server Management List. Doesn't matter what you name it, just as long as you know what it is. And I realized something that would have been very helpful. Oh, wow, I didn't even close the place. You know, I like how I realized I didn't even close the place. But make sure you have your server key. So I'm just gonna copy that and go back to this. Add that in as a comment for now, and we'll do local data store equals game get service data store service get data store server list, or whatever you had that the data store named as before. In my case, it was server list, so we're gonna keep with server list. Now we can uncomment key, and we can drop about one line, and then we'll do the job equals game dot job ID, and this is your server ID, aka the Roblox calls it the job ID. And then we'll do my data, and people seem to wonder, wait, so what's the server ID? You know, and teleporting and whatnot, like to place instance. I'm confused. Well, it's the job ID of the game. That's all it is. My data equals data store get async key or a blank table. My data hard bracket the job dot parenthesis hard bracket, and then inside those parentheses, or whatever they are, server, we'll put this, and we'll do equals this. Okay, and from that, I'm just checking here, and everything looks in the right order. We will copy this here, and we'll paste it here, and we'll put dot server ID equals game dot job ID, and we'll do my data dot players equals number, the number sign game dot players get children. So that is why you don't insert player non-player objects into the players area. Because I don't like Roblox's method of getting the players when you use that method. I just like getting the children. It seems more reliable in my opinion. Just the way I like to do it. It's really preference, to be honest. Alright, so for I comma v in pairs, my data do data stores set async key my data. And this happens the moment the server initializes. We go out of that, and we do game dot on close equals function, and we'll do local my data 2 equals data store get async key or a blank table just to be on the safe side. My data the job dot dot I don't even think we need my data too, but put it there anyways. Dash server hardbrick equals nil. Data store set async key my data. Alright, so yeah, I just realized I don't need this, so I can just comment this out. You can too. I recommend doing that so you don't end up messing up your data stores. And then below that, we'll add a while true do loop. And we'll add a wait 30 seconds. Because the server's already initialized and it's sent everything in, every 30 seconds it's going to update it. Because with data stores, you have limitations. If I was to update it every, like, completely live, my data stores would crash. Let's say in the first about second. Yeah, second of not having a wait whatsoever of it just live updating. My data stores wouldn't work. And that's because of that limitation. So this right here, adding a wait in is a good idea. I recommend 30. Really, I wouldn't go below maybe 15. Just depends on what what you're saving to the game and what game data stores and whatnot. So in here we'll put in my data, hardbrick, the job dash dot dot, and then we'll do dash server hardbrick dot players equals number game dot players get children data store set async key my data. Alright, take a good look at this. And there's one more thing we need to do, and it's extremely simple, and then we can go. Alright, this is optional. You don't have to do this step, but I'm adding a text label in and a screen GUI. The screen GUI is just gonna be server ID. That happens at times. I delete it. And then we'll just drag the text label in there. Scale the text. Make the background transparency to 1. Positioning it at the bottom of the screen. Or whatever you want. I'm positioning it at the bottom. Which for me, I just do 1 at the what I'm showing it here, and I'll just put server ID and a. Now you could just leave that blank because we're creating a script for it anyways, but we'll insert another script into replicated storage. And we'll name this server ID to GUI. And this will only run once because that's all we need it to run. And what we'll do is game.replicated. No, not game.replicated. Game.starter GUI dot server ID dot text label dot text equals server space ID colon dot dot, and this text can be customized however you want. Also, it's not 2 equals, it's 1 equals. I messed that up a lot for some reason. And then I'm not gonna have a space. You can have a space, I'm not gonna have a space. Dot dot string dot sub, no caps, game dot job ID, comma 1, comma 6, finishing parenthesis. Alright, take a good look. File, publish to Roblox. You've gotten your good look. Put that to blank. Publish to Roblox. You should be all set. You can close out of both studios now. And if you go into server listing, and I'll bring on with me I'll get on to a guest account. So let me get me out of my studio here. I'll get onto a guest account. So 1 sec. And once I do that, I can click on play here. And it always does that where it puts it in full screen. And I can't seem to understand why. And I'll have the guest follow me in. Why does it look like I'm wearing the blue eye roll? Oh, it's just a screen. I can't even follow my own person in. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to grab the game ID. Gimme. Alright, and that ID is 6134052. What? 613640520. There we go. Alright, so now if we go back in here, we just have the simple play now button at the top, and you're going to have to excuse the lag. It's arrow, it's OBS, so OBS doesn't like it. Alright, so I'm having the guest hop in, and I just really, whoa, okay. So that's the first, okay. So it's gonna be a second as my laptop grabs the new version of Roblox, because apparently it's running the old version. I ripped the old Roblox icon. Oh, it's been a long time, and if you think I should have a different name for my YouTube channel, post in the comments. Name ideas. Might change it. I mean, I can, because once I get 500, if I get 500 subs, I'll have that little custom sub thing or whatever it is that YouTube allows you to have once you get 500 subs, and that's when the name's set in stone. And what kind of like videos you want to see from me as well, like tutorial videos, still just general gaming, general Roblox videos. I don't like this either. It puts you in full screen. I wish Roblox wouldn't do that. Okay, so you see the guest over here. That's my laptop. If I click on play now, the guest leaves, and we wait for the delay. We have to wait a bit on the delay, and this is to make sure it works. I'm just showing you it. does work. Okay, so apparently I messed up on my spelling here. It says GAT data store. You know how embarrassing that is? Yeah, make sure if you put GAT in to go back and change it to GET. I'm sure by now people are like, dude, why'd you put GAT? It's GET. You even said GET, but you put GAT. Dude, like, man, why you do it, man? Alright, so I can click on play. And then we should be good to go. Alright. So, normally it grabs the server right away. I don't know why it's not doing it this time. Oh, you know what? I bet it did, but if you don't set the Z index correctly, uh, there's stuff where it tends to just get bugged out, and I don't know why. So if you go back in and go to the GUI and set the Z index of basic set to, where is it? If you set the Z index of basic set to 2, then you should be good. If you don't run into that problem, then it works for you, and we no flaws for you, but for me, like, I mean, it's a tutorial video. What do you expect? This works though. I can reassure you it does. I have the guest leave and hop back in here. Hey, what? Oh, it might have been that I messed up on the other side. So let's go ahead and take a look out. And this is just to like an after part to show, alright, hey, if there's problems, here's how to fix it. Unfinished string, line 1. Alright, so that's another thing with me. Also, by the way, the server ID is down here. That always changes for each server. It's unique to this server only. Whatnot. Okay. Uh, so if you go ahead and click on develop again and go back to the server list area and close out of the guest, click on edit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you followed everything correctly though and didn't make any typo errors like I did, you wouldn't have gotten any errors whatsoever. Here's why. Alright. And then Control P to publish to Roblox, and then you can close out. Guess not Control P, it's probably Shift P. But just make sure you publish to Roblox, and then go back to the place, and I guess the guest is gonna beat me to it. No. Like, you can't beat your own user to joining a game. It's... Why? Why would you try to do that? So I click play now on the laptop, and we wait a few seconds. And the new ID the guest has is 4442F7. Go to server log. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's just click play now and see if you can get into the guest server. Alright, so go F9, server log. server management list 1. Oh, wow. Okay. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys did not do that bad as I did. I'm pretty sure it already works for you, but this is just troubleshooting steps. If you actually wrote down everything that I did, type. So, troubleshooting steps and final product showing off and whatnot. I know, it's annoying, but you know, this is part of scripting is troubleshooting. Here's that little thing that caused it. File. It was Alt P. Okay. Publish to Roblox. Close. And then click on play. And then I'll have the laptop come in. I'm tired of it doing that, where Roblox has it start in full screen. Whoever thinks that was optimal really needs to have really should have thought again, about it, because I don't really think that's optimal, having it start full screen. The guest server ID is 2EE72F. And there's another error. Yeah, I didn't even error because it would have appeared by now. So let's go check it out. And it's gonna be on this end most likely. Line 12. Alright. So we'll go ahead and we'll fix up line 12. And this is why you should always stay into the troubleshooting steps. Uh, with common mistakes that could happen with typing, like I did. So script service, line 12. Here's why. Adding an S. Adding an S is never the right solution. At least not all the time. Alright. See here. Alright, yep. Save online. And we'll go back here. Click on play. And just to show you that the guest is... See, it does that. I don't like that. I'll click play on the guest. My user drops down. The guest is like stuck. I don't know why. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, let me it actually crashed when I did that. I don't know why. See, that's the thing with Roblox, it likes to just randomly crash when you don't want it to. Okay. Or you'll be pressing these buttons, right? To join the game. Please slow down. Oh, wow, that's... What? Okay, whatever. I tried spamming it, and sometimes it takes forever to realize, oh, hey, he clicked. Okay, whatever, the guest clicks. The guest ID is 84F787, and let's see if it comes up here. Alright, so get children T is not a valid member of folder. What a common mistake on my end. So if we take that out, Alt P, and we close this out, we remind you that the guest server ID is 84F787. That's the ID you should see, at least in this video. Press F9, Go to server log. Children T isn't a valid member. I didn't get it saved in time. Alright. File published to Roblox. Not as, just file published to Roblox. Alright. That was my bad. Alright, so the guest ID is 84F787. Let's see if that comes up. No? Oh, I spelled position wrong. So, yeah, this is just the after steps and troubleshooting. Now, where is that? Okay, what? Okay, let's go double check. It was line 7 in what script though? I don't know why it was okay. I'm confused. That error never happened on position is not a valid member of local script. So it picks up the local script. Ah, you're kidding. If v.name equals script.parent.name. Oh, that's why. Alright, yeah. So instead of it being script.parent.name, it just needs to be script.name. So, you know, play that sad violin music. Cue it. The guest ID is 84F787. And let's go here. Basic set is not a valid member of Screen GUI. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. No, Control Z. Thank you. Let's just go ahead and we'll copy the name of this again. Cause it's valid. Script.parent.parent. Basic set. I spelled it wrong. GG. File published to Roblox. Alright, moment of truth. Guest ID is 84F787. Basic set is not a valid member of Screen GUI. So if I reset, it should. That's line 13. It should say it's there now. And it's saying it's not. Alright, so script.parent.parent, right? Script.parent. So let's go through this again. So script.parent.parent dot basic set clone. Okay. Alright. File published to Roblox. If I click on play now, basic set is now a valid member of Screen GUI. Update line 13. local cap equals script.parent.parent dot basic set clone. Okay, first off, where's my server join script? What happened to that? Stay there. Secondly, how's that not a valid member? Ah, okay, so the reasoning for that is if you go up here where above the while true do, you need to put script.parent.parent colon wait for child bracket or whatever it's called basic set, whatever you had the set named. I just named it basic set. That's what you should have named it. I think I spelled basic wrong anyways. Okay, but if we go back now, it should be working. May I remind you the guest ID is 84F787. There we go. And here it appears 84F787 010 players. Just make sure you had a slash in there. And if you click on that join button, loads, we're on the guest server, and we can confirm it's 8 for F787. And I can show you what was causing that problem. If I go back into update, okay, or it's not even up, it's not even in this section, is it? Yes, it is. Here it is. That slash there, and we can do file publish to Roblox. And that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the troubleshooting steps, and hopefully you found it useful. I'll try to get the future whatever thing done so that it removes the server IDs and the server thing list things when the server completely closes and whatnot. But it removes it like if the guest were to leave and I closed the server and I joined back in, it wouldn't be in there whatsoever because of the way data stores work and the way the game thinks. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. And I comment, like, subscribe, do whatever. What should I do next? I guess, that kind of stuff. And I'll see you in the next video.